That crow in your yard? The one you walked past this morning without a second thought. It knows your face. It knows your schedule. It knows which days you fill the feeder. Which mornings you move differently. Whether you are a threat or not. And it has been watching you far longer than you have been watching it. Most people think of crows as background noise, common, loud, forgettable. That is exactly what the crow wants you to think. Because the American crow is not background noise. It is one of the most cognitively sophisticated animals on the planet. Not just among birds, among all animals. And it has chosen your neighborhood as its territory. Which means whether you know it or not, you are already part of its world. In 2008, researchers at the University of Washington conducted an experiment that changed how scientists think about crow intelligence forever. They wore specific masks while capturing and tagging crows on campus. Threatening masks, faces the crows would associate with danger. Then they walked through campus again. Same masks. No capturing. Just walking. The crows remembered. Not just the researchers who had captured them, but crows that had only witnessed the capture. Crows that had never been touched. They had shared the information. The crows dive-bombed the threatening masks. Scolded them. Followed them across campus. Warned other crows. Years later, the same masks triggered the same response. The crows that had never even been born during the original experiment had learned the threat from their parents. They passed down a grudge. Across generations. Think about that the next time you walk past a crow without acknowledging it. But facial recognition is just the beginning. Crows have been documented doing something that scientists spent decades insisting only humans could do. Planning for the future. When a crow hides food, it first checks whether another crow is watching. If it is being observed, it will pretend to hide food in one location, while actually hiding it somewhere else entirely. It is deliberately deceiving a competitor. To do this, the crow must understand that the other crow has its own perspective, its own knowledge, its own intentions. In cognitive science, this is called theory of mind. The ability to understand that other beings have thoughts, beliefs, and intentions different from your own. Human children develop this around age 4. Crows have it. And they use it constantly. In your yard. On your street. While you go about your morning, completely unaware that something is quietly reading you. In 2002, a captive crow named Betty made international headlines. She was given a straight piece of wire and a small bucket of food at the bottom of a tube. The bucket had a handle. Without any training, without any demonstration, Betty bent the wire into a hook and used it to retrieve the food. She had never seen a hook before. She had never been taught this. She assessed the problem and engineered a solution. Wild crows in Japan have been documented placing walnuts on roads at pedestrian crossings, waiting for cars to crack them, then waiting for the red light before walking out to collect the pieces. They learned the traffic system, and they taught it to their young. And then there is the part of crow behavior that is hardest to explain away. Crow funerals. When a crow dies, other crows gather. Not to eat. Not out of curiosity. They stand around the body. Sometimes for extended periods. In silence. Researchers believe this behavior serves a purpose. Learning to identify threats. But the behavior itself looks unmistakably like something else. Grief. Crows also mate for life. They have been observed caring for injured partners. Bringing food to crows that cannot feed themselves. They play. They have been documented sledding down snowy rooftops, repeatedly, with no purpose other than apparent enjoyment. These are not the behaviors of background noise. These are the behaviors of something that experiences its world in a way we are only beginning to understand. That crow in your yard. It knows your face. It remembers your patterns. It has taught its children about you. It plans. It deceives. It grieves. It plays. And every morning while you pour your coffee and glance out the window, it is already watching, already knowing. The next time a crow looks directly at you, really looks at you, ask yourself something. Who is actually doing the observing here? If you have had a crow interact with you personally, follow you, bring you something, or react to you specifically, drop it in the comments. These stories are real, and they are more common than you think. And if this changed how you see the birds in your yard, the next video goes even deeper.